I have a bank. The bank's got to give me a mortgage. They've got to check my credit rating. All this stuff, you know, and it's like I'm basically reverting back to our ancestors' living ways.
And it makes you happy. You can talk to people. It's like to look at the sky.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I have a smile inside of me, and it's like, you can do it. We can all do it. We just have to realize that the bank and these men that created this fake money is not our salvation, and we've given it over like it's our God.
Yeah, we've been fooled into believing that, oh, here, let's make it easier. You can come buy all your food from this major market that's all been GMO'd. And,
yeah.
and there was, I've got to find it. I've got to look through this one post, and I'm planning on talking about it next week. But there's a bacteria that naturally grows in most fruits and vegetables. And
right.
because of the genetic engineering and the pesticides and everything else being sprayed on them, that natural bacteria that is being killed in the plants.
Right.
Well, this bacteria is something that we needed in our bodies. The lack of this has actually been what's caused the explosion in cancer. These cells naturally blocked the cancer cells, and now that our fruits and vegetables that are, 90% of what you get in the stores are all GMO'd, and they don't have that natural bacteria anymore, and so people are now susceptible to something that if they grew their own food, they wouldn't be susceptible to.
Yeah, and I was reading in Mother Earth News a thing on a vegetable takes in sun, and it's the smallest form of sunlight and fruit, and it's called bioluminescence. And it's like you're actually taking in the sun when you eat a fruit and vegetable, and it's like, oh, that was so awesome. I learned that, and you're like, you got little bits of light in you, basically, is what it's saying.
There's been some studies, and given the opportunity, I could find it, but it would take me too long because it would take a while to find this particular one. But we actually have a light source or essence that glows within us as well, and I've heard it's located in a couple different places, so that's why I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember exactly which one because I could be confusing the locations depending on which articles, but one of them said it was in the solar plexus, and the other said, of course, the pineal gland, and who knows, maybe both places glow. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, maybe
but we have that naturally within us as well. It's a part. We are a part of everything. We are made up of the same things as the stars. The sun is so necessary. When people are sick, they hide them indoors. And that is the worst thing you could do. Not only does it spread the sick germs everywhere, but your body heals itself in the sun. The sun provides the vitamin D, and that's necessary for us to be healed. And the vitamin D also helps our bodies process calcium, which is something that we're also very deficient in these days.
Oh, totally. We're in tune, man. That's why Jay and I love you. We just love you. But it's not. We're not in the majority yet. But as people lose their stuff in the system, and they start to go, what do I really need? What is really important? What do I feel that's going to fulfill me? And they start to do that search. This is one of the upsides of the breakdown of the current system.
It's scary, and now everybody would rather be on the computers as opposed to actually picking up the phone. Come on. And so people get home from work, of course, and they've been disconnected from their family and everybody else in high-rise buildings, not even contact with the earth. They still have shoes, everything else. They walk out on concrete and blacktop into their mechanical car, not even feeling the wind. Even when it's beautiful days, people still have their windows rolled up, not even breathing air because we've been taught to be scared of it. Ooh, there's pollution. You never know. Hey, you'll get allergies. That's what happens with kids. Kids are like kept inside when they're young, so their bodies don't have a chance to experience the life that's out there, such as the bacteria and the molds and the pollen. And that's how we build up these immunities that are now missing out of our children, and it's scary. All these kids with asthma and everything else, that's because they're not being human. They're not going outside. Most kids would rather play on a video game than go play outside. That's not natural.
No, it's not, and it's like, I drive with my window down on nice days, and it's like you see everybody sealed up in their metal and glass cages, and I get to go everywhere all the time, so it's like I can't wait to actually, in a great way, to stop traveling in my truck and really my building and everything comes in the spring of this next year, and my own water well and all that good stuff, and I'm just so looking forward to big greenhouses, and yeah. So I just want to call in and just say, this is a good show about connecting to what is real and disconnecting from this fake
illusion.
Yeah. So, hey, you've got my number. If you ever want to give me a call and chat more on this on the phone, please do. And I just want to say, great show, and thank you so much.
Cool. Well, I'm going to put in this, which you'll like. I'm going to talk about real quick, what the Egyptians viewed their afterlife as, which I think ties into all this, which most people don't realize what they picture like bliss as. And after that, I'm going to take a quick break. So if you want to hang on, I'll be around.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool. All right, now let me read this last little passage, and then I'm going to take a quick break. Let's see, I was going to tell you about the followers of what they viewed the underworld. This is okay. They expected them to join, their god, Isis or Osiris or Seth, depending on which one they were following at that moment in time. But anyways, which there were two major, I guess, sections or, like schools of thought at that moment in time. But they expected to join him after death in what's known as Sekhet Hetepet, which also is called the Happy Fields. Okay, it's it says a paradisian replica of the Nile Valley, and enjoy eternal life, okay? Cruising on the celestial river, worshiping deities, feasting on exquisite foods, and here's the good thing, and engaging in joyful agricultural activities. And if you ever see the Book of the Dead and everything else where it shows them in like their afterworld, it shows them literally like working the fields, like working with wheat and with the animals and fishing, and that's what they viewed like basically perfect afterlife, without like fire and brimstone or anything else. What they thought the perfect existence is to be a part of the earth, of things that are natural, to where when they died and they gave up whatever they were doing in this life, that's what they wanted to go do, was to farm, to be a part of life, to be a part of existence. And we have seriously lost this. Egyptians and other older cultures had awesome technology. They had the abilities like what's been found at Dondera. The images of what they originally said was an eggplant or the lotus flower or something, blah, blah, blah. The nice little cord coming out. Yeah, they had electricity. They had these capabilities. They had technology, but it was all natural, it was biological, not mechanical. And we have the capability of learning to use like the ley lines, the ley lines of the earth. There are certain points, and if you've ever seen the episodes on the Coral Castle, the amazing things that happen there, he used those natural ley lines of the earth to basically use natural energies and magnetic forces to be able to do the unthinkable. And he had stated that he had the knowledge of how the Egyptians built the pyramids, and he was moving like 4-ton stone blocks with nothing at all. So come on, we can be natural, and it doesn't mean that we're going to be totally non-advanced. We can be natural and be extremely advanced and still be in harmony with that around us. Everything is a wave. And right now, what we do, even our language, is the opposite sounds of what it used to. Everything sends out its own wave. And now we're disrupting the waves that are there because we mean the opposite of basically anything we say, and anything we do is the opposite of what's meant to be. We are natural beings, and we need to get back to that. And if we get back to that, then we build the communities and we stand up, then nobody can do anything. Nobody can come and overtake what you've reclaimed. Because when you're human, when you're a person, that doesn't scare you anymore. They don't have that fear over you anymore. And the love that you have can conquer that. And that's what it takes. Okay, now, I'm running a little late, so let me take my quick break, and I'll be back very shortly. Let me see what I'm going to play.